Okay, let me ask you something. Are you feeling like you're crushing it in 2025, like checking all the boxes for success, but there's still this little nagging feeling?
Like something's missing.
Exactly, like you're sprinting on this hamster wheel, but your actual, the real reason got lost somewhere back there.
Yeah, that's a feeling a lot of people are wrestling with, especially now. The pace is just relentless.
You're not alone in feeling that way. So let's cut through all that noise together right here. Welcome to this deep dive. Think of it as your shortcut to figuring out something really crucial for thriving in 2025.
And that disconnect you mentioned between, say, outward achievement and that inner sense of purpose, it's becoming almost a defining issue, isn't it? Especially with how fast everything's shifting.
Couldn't agree more. And today, we're not just talking abstract ideas. We're diving into Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, by Héctor García and Francesc Miralles.
Great book. Really resonant.
Totally.
Yeah.
But we're extracting the pure actionable stuff from it. This isn't just a summary. Think of it like your personalized blueprint for 2025. How do you find that sweet spot where what you do actually feeds your soul?
And specifically for ambitious people, for entrepreneurs navigating this specific moment. Right?
Precisely. We're looking at what this ancient wisdom means now in the thick of 2025.
Which is so timely.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got AI disrupting entire industries. The work-life lines are blurrier than ever.
Oh, yeah.
And just the sheer volume of information coming at us, it's overwhelming. Finding your center isn't a luxury anymore.
It's essential. Honestly, in this age of constant change, knowing your Ikigai, your reason for being, basically isn't some fluffy concept. It's like your ultimate competitive advantage.
Your anchor.
Yeah, your anchor for fulfillment, your compass. Stick with us because we're breaking down real, concrete steps you can take like today to start uncovering this and weaving it into your life for real results.
Oh, sounds good. Where do we start?
Okay, let's jump into action plan number 1. We're calling it Decode Your 2025 Ikigai Compass.
All right, the compass. This is about getting down to the fundamentals.
Exactly. Imagine 4 circles overlapping. Okay, first, what you love, your passion. Second, what the world needs, that's your mission piece. Third, what you are genuinely good at, your vocation, your skills.
Got it.
And fourth, what you can actually be paid for, your profession, the practical side.
Okay. Love, needs, good at, paid for.
Right. And that sweet spot right in the middle where all 4 of those circles intersect, that's your Ikigai. That's your reason to jump out of bed excited each morning.
And it's not just about finding one thing in each circle, is it? It's the connection, the synergy between them. That's where the power lies.
Absolutely. And that connection is more vital than ever in 2025. Think about it. AI might automate something you used to get paid for.
Right.
Market needs can pivot overnight. Remote work demands a whole different level of self-motivation. Relying on just 1 or 2 of those circles, it feels really fragile now.
Yeah, you need that overlap for resilience, for a path that feels, well, sustainable and actually fulfilling.
It lets you make smart pivots when things change instead of just, feeling lost.
That intersection builds in a kind of adaptability. If one area gets shaky, the others can support you, guide your next move.
So how do we actually map this out for ourselves? We've got a 3-step plan within this first action point. Step 1, the brain dump.
Okay, let's do it.
Get ready. You'll need about 25 minutes for each of the 4 circles. So grab a notebook, open a doc, whatever works. Set a timer. First 25 minutes. What you love.
Okay.
Ask yourself, what activities make you completely lose track of time? What are you just endlessly curious about? What would you do even if no one paid you a dime? And be brutally honest here, this is for you.
That feeling of flow, losing time, that's such a strong clue for intrinsic motivation, isn't it?
Totally. But what about the risk of just listing things you think you should love? Or maybe things society values rather than your real gut feeling?
That's a really good point. How do you get past that?
Well, maybe try thinking back, like way back to childhood, before all the external shoulds piled on. What did you just naturally gravitate towards? What made you curious then? Sometimes those early sparks still hold clues.
Interesting approach. Okay, so after love.
All right, timer resets, next 25 minutes. What you are good at. What do people consistently praise you for? What skills just seem to come more naturally to you? Where have you actually built up real expertise?
And think broadly here, right? Not just job skills.
Exactly. Hard skills, soft skills, those little talents you might dismiss, and definitely push beyond your current job title. Are there things you're good at that might be surprisingly valuable now with AI or new communication styles?
It's easy to overlook those natural talents because they feel, well, easy to us.
Yeah.
But considering how they fit into 2025, like digital skills, problem solving, adaptability, that's
Okay, timer's done. Third circle. What the world needs. Now, what problems out there just genuinely frustrate you, like really get under your skin? What gaps do you see in the market, in society? And this is huge for 2025. How is AI creating new needs?
oh, that's a big one.
Yeah. Think about ethics around AI, the need for human judgment, creative ways to even use the tech. Plus, think about bigger trends, sustainability, remote work. What needs are getting amplified there?
Focusing on needs isn't just, altruistic, it's strategic. Unmet needs often signal big opportunities.
Right.
And the AI angle is critical. It's changing the landscape of needs so fast. Interestingly, while it automates some things, it actually seems to increase the need for human creativity, empathy, ethical thinking, areas where your Ikigai could become even more valuable.
Good point. Okay, last 25-minute sprint, what you can be paid for.
The practical reality check.
Exactly. What skills are actually in demand right now?
Yeah.
What are people or businesses willing to pay for that connects even loosely to the skills and needs you just brainstormed? Do a bit of research here.
Like checking freelance rates, market reports.
Yeah, look at job boards, see what niche businesses are popping up that seem relevant to 2025 trends, find out what the market actually values.
This is where passion meets pavement, so to speak. Finding a way to make it sustainable.
Okay, brain dump complete. Phew. Now, step 2 is simpler. Connect the dots.
Synthesizing it all.
Look at your 4 lists. Where's the overlap? Does something you love doing use a skill you're good at? Does one of your skills meet a real-world need you identified? Could that need potentially be something people pay to solve?
And don't expect a perfect four-way overlap immediately, right?
No, definitely not. You're just looking for those potential Ikigai zones. Where do things start to connect? See what emerges.
It's about seeing how these different parts of you and the world might fit together, maybe in ways you hadn't thought of.
And that leads perfectly to step 3 for this first action plan. Test small, but do it 2025 style.
Okay, so you have some potential zones. Now what?
Don't quit your day job just yet. Think micro experiments. Could you launch a tiny side project related to an overlap? Offer a really specific freelance service? Maybe start creating some content online, a blog, short videos.
Low-risk validation.
Exactly. And leverage 2025 tools. Use AI to help draft content or automate simple tasks. Find those hyper niche online communities related to your potential Ikigai zone and just dip your toe in. Get feedback.
See if the paid-for and world needs parts actually resonate with real people, quickly and cheaply.
Yeah. For instance, say you love visual storytelling, you've gotten decent at AI image generation, and you see businesses needing unique, non-stock visuals, and you know businesses will pay for compelling visuals. Boom. Love storytelling, plus good at AI prompting, plus world needs unique visuals, plus paid-for marketing budgets. That could be a real 2025 Ikigai brewing right there.
That's a great example. AI isn't the enemy. It's potentially a tool within your Ikigai.
Okay, so we've started decoding the compass. Let's move to action plan number 2, master flow, escape the multitasking mire.
Flow. This is about the experience of doing work that aligns with your Ikigai, making it feel good and be productive.
Precisely. The book talks a lot about flow, that amazing state where you're just completely absorbed, energized, and time disappears.
Total immersion.
Yeah. You often find it when you're doing things connected to your Ikigai. It's not just about productivity. The book argues it's fundamental to happiness and performing at your peak. Think of those Japanese master artisans, the takumi, totally lost in their craft. That's flow.
And it's not just a feeling. It's neurologically a state of, optimal performance. You learn faster, you execute better.
But here's the rub in 2025. Our ability to actually get into flow, it feels like a diminishing superpower.
Tell me about it. Notifications, emails, pings.
Constantly. We're always context switching. It absolutely tanks productivity. And honestly, it's a huge driver of burnout. And that burnout often isn't just from working hard, it's from working shallow.
Right. That constant mental shifting is exhausting.
So cultivating flow gives you higher quality work, faster learning, and that deep satisfaction, even with all the digital chaos around us.
It has a massive cognitive cost, that switching. It just drains your mental battery.
Okay, so how do we reclaim this vital state? Action steps time. First, identify your flow triggers.
Okay.
Look back at your love and good at lists again. When did you naturally fall into flow? What were you doing? What were the conditions?
Was the task clear? Was it challenging, but not too challenging?
Exactly. Focused task, clear goal. Immediate feedback, maybe. Was it just slightly stretching your skills? Note down those patterns.
Recognizing the conditions is the first step to recreating them intentionally.
Step 2, schedule deep work blocks. Seriously, treat this time like your most important meetings. Block it out.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah, maybe 90 minutes, maybe 120, daily, or a few times a week. And when that block starts, go dark. Notifications off, phone away, email closed. Use website blockers if you have to. No apologies.
That dedicated, uninterrupted time signals to your brain. Okay, now we focus. Consistency really helps build that mental muscle.
Step 3. Optimize your environment. Where do you focus best? Total silence. Coffee shop buzz. Specific music. Figure it out.
And minimize interruptions proactively.
Right. Let people know, family, colleagues, hey, this is my deep work time. Please only interrupt if the building is literally on fire.
Creating that distraction-free zone, both physically and mentally, makes it so much easier to drop into flow.
Step 4. Embrace the just right challenge. Flow loves that sweet spot, challenging but achievable.
Not boring, not overwhelming.
Exactly. If a task feels too easy, can you add a little complexity? Make it slightly harder. If it feels overwhelming, how can you break it down into smaller, manageable steps? For entrepreneurs in 2025, this is about tackling problems just outside your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens.
That balance is crucial for staying engaged without getting frustrated or bored.
And finally, step 5 for flow. Practice mindfulness and single tasking. Ugh, this is the hard one for me.
For most of us.
We're all multitasking pros, but it's the absolute enemy of deep work. You have to actively train your brain to resist switching. Even just like 5 minutes of focused breathing. The book mentions simple practices can help build that focus muscle.
Right.
And when you are working on a task during your flow block, commit. Just that one thing. No quick email checks.
Mindfulness helps quiet the mental chatter and improves your ability to just stay on task. It's fundamental.
You know, you look at really productive programmers or writers, they often have these super strict routines built entirely around protecting their flow time.
Yeah, they guard it fiercely.
And Cal Newport's stuff on deep work, fantastic modern strategies for this, totally relevant for knowledge work in 2025.
Absolutely. He gives a very practical framework that aligns perfectly with these Ikigai principles of focused attention.
Okay, Compass Decoded, Learning to Master Flow. Action Plan 3. Cultivate 2025 anti-fragility and embrace imperfection.
This feels really important for right now. In a world that's so unpredictable, just being resilient isn't always enough, is it?
Exactly. The book connects Ikigai to these beautiful Japanese ideas like wabi-sabi, finding beauty in things that are imperfect, incomplete, transient.
Right.
And Ichigo-ichi, which is basically treasuring the present moment because it will never come again.
Powerful concepts.
And while they don't explicitly say anti-fragility, these philosophies totally pave the way for it. They foster resilience, bouncing back, and maybe even that next level, getting stronger from setbacks.
It's a shift away from chasing some impossible perfection towards appreciating what is and seeing value in the flaws in the process.
And let's be real, 2025 will throw curveballs, market shifts, AI breakthroughs, global stuff we can't predict. It's baked in, rigid plans, they'll likely buckle.
And perfectionism just paralyzes you.
Totally. The people and businesses who thrive will be adaptable, they'll learn from missteps, they'll see opportunity in the chaos. Embracing imperfection lets you start now, not when things are perfect.
And anti-fragility, Nassim Taleb's idea goes further, right?
Yeah.
It's about positioning yourself to actually benefit from volatility, from shocks.
Yes. You see the spirit of that in Ikigai's emphasis on persistence, on sticking with it. Anti-fragility is like the proactive version of resilience.
Okay, so how do we build this anti-fragile muscle for 2025?
Action steps. First, practice wabi-sabi thinking. Get comfortable launching that MVP, the minimum viable product.
For good enough version.
Exactly. Publish the blog post that's 80% there. Accept initial flaws as part of the process. Focus on iteration, feedback, learning. That's how you move fast enough for 2025.
That bias towards action is so key when things change quickly. Get it out there, learn from reality, adjust.
Next, implement Ichigo-ichi mindfulness. Really try to ground yourself in the present task, the present conversation. Stop the mental churn about past failures or future worries.
Easier said than done.
Oh, totally. But even micro meditations help. Like 1 minute of just focusing on your breath to pull yourself back to now. Appreciate this phase, challenges and all.
Engaging fully with the present reduces that mental drag, lets you respond more effectively.
Step 3, super practical. Build redundancy. This is core anti-fragility. Diversify your income streams if you can.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Develop skills that complement AI, not ones easily replaced by it. Cultivate a wide network, your modern Moai, which we'll get to. Basically, build in buffers against shocks.
Redundancy gives you options. It makes you less fragile to any single point of failure.
And finally, step 4, reframe setbacks as data. This is crucial. When something fails and it will launch bombs, a pitch gets rejected.
Don't just wallow.
No, ask immediately, okay, what did I learn here? What data did this failure give me? How does this make my next try stronger? It's almost a stoic thing, which the book touches on. It builds anti-fragility every time you do it.
Viewing failure as feedback totally shifts the mindset. It becomes fuel, not a dead end.
Think about startups that pivot. Those early failures were just expensive market research.
Exactly. Or companies that adapted fast to, say, supply chain chaos or remote work. They often found new strengths. That's anti-fragility. Jeff Bezos talks about needing failure for invention.
It's the same principle. You have to experiment and learn from what doesn't work to find what does, especially now.
That ability to adapt and learn from setbacks is a massive advantage.
Okay, embracing imperfection, building anti-fragility. Next up, action plan 4. Stay active, never retire from growth.
This connects to the longevity aspect in the book, right? The Okinawans.
Big time. One of the most striking things is their commitment to staying active, having purpose, way beyond what we think of as retirement age. The book stresses continuous movement, learning, contributing value.
And didn't it say there's no direct word for retire in Japanese, in the sense of completely stopping work?
Yeah, not in that same way. It's more about transitioning maybe, but not just stopping.
That's a profound cultural difference.
And super relevant for 2025. Fixed retirement ages feel increasingly arbitrary. People are living longer, thankfully, but the pace of change means skills need constant refreshing.
So staying active, learning, contributing based on your Ikigai isn't just for happiness, it's for relevance too.
Absolutely. It's about staying vital in an evolving world. So how do we do this? First action step. Commit to lifelong learning.
Make it a habit.
Yes. Block out time every week to learn something related to your Ikigai, your industry, or just something you're curious about. Use online courses, books, workshops. The resources are infinite.
Keeps the mind sharp, opens doors you didn't even know existed.
Next, find mentorship and mentor others. Share what you know that good at and world needs intersection, and actively seek guidance from people ahead of you or with different expertise.
It's a two-way street. Teaching reinforces your knowledge, learning accelerates your growth, keeps you connected.
Step 3, reframe retirement. Don't think full stop. Think transition. How might your purpose evolve? Consulting, passion projects, strategic volunteering, maybe a portfolio life with different elements.
It allows for continued engagement, but maybe on different terms, aligned with where your Ikigai is leading you then.
And step 4, really simple but important. Prioritize low-intensity movement. You don't need to become a triathlete overnight.
Unless that is your Ikigai.
True. But for most of us, it's about daily walks. Stretching, the book mentions radio taiso, those simple Japanese exercises, maybe yoga, tai chi. Sustainable movement, especially crucial if you have a desk job.
Consistent, gentle activity is huge for physical and mental well-being. Supports energy, focus, everything.
Think of Warren Buffett, still learning and engaged in his 90s. Or artists and academics creating amazing work late in life. Their Ikigai is clearly fueling that continued engagement.
They really embody how purpose drives longevity and fulfillment, far beyond traditional timelines.
Okay, committed to growth. Last action plan, number 5. Build your modern Moai purposeful community.
The Moai. This is about the power of social connection, right? The support system.
Exactly. The book describes these Okinawan Moai, basically lifelong social support groups. They provide emotional support, social connection, even financial help sometimes. It's foundational to their well-being and longevity.
Like a chosen family almost.
Yeah. And there's also Yumar, this spirit of teamwork, helping each other out.
These social structures create such a strong sense of belonging and mutual support. It's incredibly powerful.
And maybe more critical than ever in 2025. Remote work can be isolating. Digital echo chambers, social divisions, genuine community feels vital, but sometimes harder to find.
Definitely.
For entrepreneurs, your network is everything: support, opportunities, accountability. For everyone, strong social ties are key for mental health, resilience. Building your own modern Moai is crucial.
In a world that can feel fragmented, intentional connection is our anchor.
So, how do we build it? First, audit your network, honestly. Who lifts you up? Who drains you?
The key deliberate.
Yes. Make conscious choices about who gets your time and energy. Surround yourself with supportive people.
People who encourage your Ikigai journey.
Step 2. Join or create purpose-aligned groups. Find your people, masterminds, industry meetups, virtual or local, online forums around your Ikigai, your goals. Look for groups with that UMR spirit, real mutual support.
Shared purpose creates belonging and opportunities for collaboration, learning.
Step 3. Give first. Before you ask for anything, contribute. Share insights, offer help, make intros. Strong communities thrive on reciprocity.
Offering value builds trust and strengthens those bonds, creates a positive cycle.
And finally, step 4. Schedule connection. Be intentional. Put check-ins with key people, mentors, peers, friends on your calendar, especially with remote work. You have to fight that out of sight, out of mind drift.
Regular planned connection maintains the strength of those relationships, provides consistent support.
You see the need for this everywhere, right? The rise of niche online communities, paid masterminds. People are seeking their modern Moai.
Definitely.
And so many successful founders credit their close advisors, their peer groups, for getting them through tough times. That's the Moai principle in action right now.
It shows that fundamental human need for connection is constant, even if how we connect evolves.
So, wrapping this all up, finding your Ikigai, it's not really a destination you arrive at, is it?
No, it's a continuous journey, especially now.
Yeah, it's about constant alignment, particularly navigating 2025. It's consciously choosing purpose over just metrics, flow over distraction, resilience over fragility, growth over stagnation, community over isolation.
The big shift is realizing that deep fulfillment, sustainable success in 2025, it doesn't just come from doing more.
Right. It comes from doing what truly matters in that sweet spot. Passion, skills, needs, sustainability, all intersecting. It's living intentionally, using that internal compass.
And that ongoing process of discovery and alignment is what makes Ikigai so timeless and yet so incredibly relevant for today.
So how are you feeling? Ready to maybe take one or two of these steps towards your own 2025 Ikigai? We really hope this deep dive sparks something for you.
And remember, be patient with yourself. This is exploration, not a test.
Absolutely. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Scroll down to the comments. Tell us, what's the #1 Ikigai action step that resonated most? Maybe the brain dump, scheduling flow, building redundancy.
And what's one tiny thing you might try this week based on that?
Yeah, let's get a conversation going. Share your thoughts, maybe inspire someone else.
Sharing can be a great first step in making it real.
And hey, if you want more deep dives like this, digging into essential books, ideas, strategies for thriving personally and professionally in 2025 and beyond,
You know what to do.
hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out. Your future self might thank you for the insights.
By subscribing, you'll keep getting frameworks and ideas for navigating this complex world we're in.
And one final thought to leave you with. In this whirlwind of 2025, your Ikigai isn't static. It's a living compass. It will evolve as you evolve. So maybe take a little time this week, reflect on these principles, and just consider how might they continue to guide your unique journey in the years ahead.
Great thought to end on.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.